What's going on, everyone? So today is game day. We are here, the first game of the NBA season against the Denver Nuggets. And we've gotten some news the last few days, so I wanted to dive in and kind of bring everyone up to speed on what to expect going into this Denver game. Obviously, there may be something that comes up right before the game. We'll see. Time will tell. But more likely than not, I think it'll be pretty straightforward between now and the actual game. So let's dive into the news real quick. Hit that like button. Subscribe to the channel. Helps me out a lot. And first off, Jarred Vanderbilt. Now, there was a lot of questions about Vando, what was going to happen with him. He was dealing with a heel injury about a couple weeks ago. Darvin Ham said it was more precautionary, that they were just leaving Jarred Vanderbilt out just so it's preseason, he can be ready to go, and he should be ready to go come game time. Well, fast forward, and now Jarred Vanderbilt has officially been ruled out for today's game against the Denver Nuggets. It's unfortunate, right? He is our best point of attack defender. He is our best on-ball defender. He is our best defender, period, not named Anthony Davis. And whenever you lose your best defensive player, that's going to have an impact on the game. Now, I still fully believe the Lakers have enough and should win this game. They're going into Denver, right? That's stacked against them. Not having Jarred Vanderbilt, that's going to hurt as well. And also, it's rain night, right? So, Denver, they're going to want to go in and really ball out and celebrate in a true fashion. But it's the Lakers' job to go in and close this out and get this job done. Jarred Vanderbilt, he's the guy that you throw on the Jamal Murray when he's starting to get hot, right? He's the guy that you throw on Michael Porter Jr. when he starts getting hot, right? What do the Lakers do when or if one of those guys start being, too, uncontainable, and it's like, well, now we don't have Jarred Vanderbilt to throw on him to make things difficult, right? It's going to have to be locked in by team defense. Guys are really going to have to be prepared. Guys are really going to have to be focused, right? It's go time. This isn't like, hey, let's work some stuff out. Let's test some things. Let's try some things. No, this is, hey, this win counts, right? This game is either a loss in the column or it's a win in the column. So losing Jarred Vanderbilt definitely hurts, but I do expect the Lakers to be fine and bounce back. But we also got news that, Gabe Vincent, he is going to be available for this game. He was also out with an injury. Now, again, precautionary. He came back. He is supposedly good to go, at least at the time of recording this video, unless something changes between now and then, or the actual start of the game. But Gabe Vincent, outside of Jarred Vanderbilt, he may be, and very likely is, our best point of attack defender, our best on-ball defender. He doesn't have the size that Jarred Vanderbilt has, which is unfortunate, but Gabe Vincent in the Dennis Schroeder type spectrum he's the guy that can go and just be relentless on the defensive side. What he lacks in size, he makes up for with just tenacity, getting after it. Just keep being that point of attack all the way the length of the floor if need be, whatever it is. Also, he's going to be able to provide some consistency, some stability off the bench. Also, a guy that can knock down the three ball, which is huge, right? Jarred Vanderbilt, if we're going off of what we saw last season, Jarred Vanderbilt's our worst offensive player. But what he provides defensively is just so important. Now, we don't know. Jarred Vanderbilt very likely could turn it around this year and be fantastic. It's a real possibility, right? We saw one game with him, and he shot 66% from three, which is good. 2 of 3 from the field, and he missed his first one. So, is that a good sign, a good omen going into the season? Now, as far as Gabe Vincent goes, he's a guy that consistently should give you about 38% from three. The last game we saw him play, he went off for 18, and he's a guy that is more than capable of doing that on any given night, right? I don't think, the thing about Schroeder is his upside is bigger, right? When Schroeder is on, he's about a guaranteed 20 points, maybe even 30, right? But Gabe Vincent, I think, will be a better constant, right? You'll get 9 to 10 points a game or whatever, right? Where Dennis Schroeder, it was 25-2. He was 10 of 12 from the field and then 2 of 12 from the field. And it's come on, man, we need that consistency. But I do think Gabe Vincent being back is very important. He even said himself, if it was a regular season game, if they were in the regular season, he would have been playing. But because it's preseason, it's just precautionary. But we need him, right? He's very important. He's very impactful. This is a guy that's supposed to be a real big piece for the Lakers this year, and a guy that fits seamlessly with LeBron, D'Lo, Reeves, and you need that. You need that just hard-nosed, get after it on both sides of the basketball. But Jalen Hood-Schifino was also announced to be out. Now, obviously, this isn't really like a huge issue, right? He has like a quad contusion. But again, not anything that's like super impactful, not anything that like, oh no, like the Lakers are in trouble. He might have not even seen the basketball court, right? But it is still news, right? And it is still a body that if need be, we could throw out there, maybe get some run, right? He's also a guy that has good size at 6'6", solid wingspan. And, even if you just threw in on assignment, for this game and just kind of try to get a little look at him, especially early on in the season. I mean, even Darvin Ham has talked about how he wants to kind of try different lineups and experiment a little early on because that's when you do it, right? You don't do it after the trade deadline when you're trying to fight for seeding now and you're trying to get your playoff rotation worked out and you're trying to do all the things that you need to do to get ready to go try to win an NBA championship. You do those things early on because you can make up for whatever it is that you need to make up for, right? But Jalen Hood-Schifino, he was lackluster in the preseason. I don't think he was as bad as like people are making him out to be like this just bust that, again, he's 20 years old. It's his first ever NBA experience. And he rebounded the ball excellent, right? He defended very well. He was making plays. He was getting out of transition, pushing the pace. He was doing everything that you wanted to see. The only thing that was a problem was his offense, right? He couldn't throw a rock into the ocean offensively. And that is a problem. But the problem is we tend to look at scoring and putting the ball in the hoop as the one metric as to whether a player is good or not, rather than looking at the overall package and seeing, oh, this guy was getting you, 5 rebounds a game as a point guard. This guy was averaging, 4 to 5 assists. He was playing excellent defense and getting after it. He was working hard on both sides. He was able to get and penetrate the defense. He was able to get to the rim, right? He was able to get and create his own shot. Yeah, the shots weren't falling, but he was still able to do that. That's good for when the shot does inevitably start to fall as he develops and grows and continues to get better. Those are all very important things. And so you saw a lot of that. You got the flashes. Like people that say like, oh, we didn't see any flashes from Jalen Hood-Schifino, you just weren't watching. You were looking at him shoot the basketball and missing shots rather than looking at everything as a package that he was doing. So I'm super pumped for Jalen Hood-Schifino. I'm not saying he's going to be a star. I'm not saying maybe he does become a bust one day, but you can't tell that from what we saw. Because if that was the case, then Giannis was a bust, right? Like, again, like guys take time to develop. Everyone develops at their own pace. I believe Jalen Hood-Schifino will be fine. But again, not really huge impactful news, but it is still newsworthy. It is still a player on the Lakers. It is still a body that we are down if if something arises. Knock on wood, hopefully nothing happens. But last little piece of information is information that is a little old at this point, but that's why I put it at the end just in case there are some people that aren't familiar that didn't hear the news, because I know not everybody is like constantly up to date, and I know some people miss videos that I post and stuff. So Taurean Prince, right? Jared Vanderbilt is out this game. Taurean Prince got the start. He got the nod. He is starting for the Lakers this game. And look, even if Jared Vanderbilt was playing, there is still a real argument to start Taurean Prince. Taurean Prince gives you consistent stability, veteran leadership, a guy who's kind of been there, done that, a guy that can hit big shots, a guy that shoots efficiently. He's going to give you 38 to 40% from three. He promised us, Lakers Nation, he would shoot 40% from three this year. So I'm expecting him to keep up with his promises. He looked great in preseason. He had that first preseason game where he looked like he had never played the game of basketball before, like Space Jam came and the little aliens sucked out all his power. Pause. But that being said, he's a guy that should, in theory, be great alongside Reeves, D'Lo, and LeBron. He's good enough defensively to where he can make an impact on that end, and his ability to play off the ball and be a knockdown shooter is something the Lakers really need, right? Like Jared Vanderbilt, again, fantastic defensively, elite level. I mean, you can make an argument he is the best on-ball defender in the entire league. But offensively, he is still a big question mark. Shooting the basketball is still a big question mark. We got a 3-shot sample size. Shot 66%, that's great, but can you really tell everything you need to tell on a 6-shot sample size? Say that 10 times fast. But, if he does shoot 35, 30, I'm not expecting 66%, but, if he can shoot 35, 36%, then yeah, Vando definitely needs to be the guy to start. And I don't know how you take that guy off the basketball court. But if he is still 30, 33% from three, then I do think it makes sense to go with Taurean Prince on most nights. Obviously, depending on the matchup, maybe you do go Jared Vanderbilt, but I think most nights you can get away with Taurean Prince. And, you can always just swap him out if you need to, right? If it's not working, Taurean Prince is just having a bad night, you can pull the plug early, put in Jared Vanderbilt, and then kind of rotate Prince as if he was off the bench. It's very fixable. You can correct it. But regardless, I'm excited. I'm pumped. The NBA season is officially upon us. I cannot wait. Look forward to all of the live streams. We do the post-game stream. After the post-game stream, that is something we dive into and talk about. And then we do the live watch-along stream where basically we just hang out, watch the game together. And it's a good time. So I hope to see all of you in those live streams throughout the course of the season. I am pumped. Hopefully this live stream is we got a W and we're celebrating and having a good time. Anyway, like the video, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any of the updates throughout the course of the season, so you don't miss any of the live streams, anything like that. Hit the bell notification, hit that subscribe button. I'll see you all in the next one. Thank you.